Alright, where do we start from here? And yes, as the title states, that I'm going on a road for HSR, and this could be the last patch I invest in HSR, as Amphoreus is about to end for version 3.7. While it does suck that, like, Amphoreus is gonna end, people have, like, mixed opinions on it. There is some good, there's a lot of bad, but mostly bad. But also, like, I want to talk about the state of HSR's direction, as I'm feeling I might need to quit the game, which I don't think it's, like, respecting my time, respecting what the players like about the game. I even dislike the program because I didn't like a majority of what it featured in the program. Okay, Sirene, cool. It's a character that they've been building up for an entire year. It's a character that, like, a lot of players want. Well, no, not really want to get, but, like, I know, like, beta testers were very upset about the state of Sirene, especially with how they were testing her, and it's, like, probably one of the, like, most ridiculous tests. By the way, it got to the point where the beta testers were literally banned from the server for stating their negativity, which I find that a pretty scummy move by the devs itself. Because, like, why would you ban your loyal beta testers all for the fact that they're literally showcasing their opinion? It's like, no, we don't like that opinion. We want people to pull for, like, eidolons of Sirene. Okay, as I'm gonna showcase Sirene. You got the whole Sirene gameplay and all. She has a really good gameplay aspect. I want to showcase that right here. Like, the animations itself, they're very cool. But a big problem that people have been saying about the animations is that, does it really matter if the animations are cool if you can't even get to use it in the first place? And also, there's also one more thing I gotta add. When I saw this showcase live, I know that she buffs only Amphoreus characters. Like, her gimmick is buff all the Amphoreus characters. Every other character is kind of trash if you just buff only Amphoreus characters, which is pretty good and pretty bad in a way, because, like, you're now going to a version, now going past to 4.x, to 5.x, etc., that they're gonna get more versions, and, like, this character's just gonna be completely forgotten by then at this rate. And also the fact that, well, her abilities. Okay, I'm gonna showcase this to you right here. This is the very important. You see this right here. I'm gonna showcase it right here. This takes 24 charges for it to open for the ultimate. So the problem with the beta testers have is that it takes so long to charge the ultimate that you really don't get to use it when the cycles are done. And that's what I noticed from a lot of showcases. And I'm realizing, there's something wrong with Sirene. And then, like, now that the community has outspoken against it, they're not happy with the state of Sirene. I think it is a pretty scummy move for the HSR devs to, like a majority of our best, like, gameplay behind the fact that you need eidolons, which is so fucking stupid. Like, it takes, like, a while to upcharge the ultimate. The reason why it's being charged this quickly is because of the fact that, well, apparently we found out that they were using eidolons on Sirene. There's a part right here that's showcasing eidolons. While it'd be cool that you're buffing Amphoreus characters, the problem is buffing Amphoreus characters means nothing if your ultimate is not doing anything at all. If you're not able to use your ultimate, then what's the point, right? Like, people are already comparing her to a tier 5 unit, which is actually insane. An insane comparison at this rate. Because, like, okay, this right here, this before that. This is the part that I saw an image that people were talking about, and they were going nuts for. That this is an E6 Sirene. Right here. You see that right here? You may not notice this, but there's like enhanced levels of the ultimate skill and talent, including the Memorable Sprite skill and the Memorable Sprite upgrade. I think it's super scummy. They were not showcasing E0 gameplay at all. They were showing E6 gameplay of Sirene. To hide and mask the fact that she looks cool on paper, but in reality, they were just showcasing E6. I'm just like, what? Why not E0? Is there something wrong with E0? I think the devs already knew that there's something wrong with her at E0. It is absolutely fucking insane that they are showcasing an E6 Sirene to showcase the fact that it looks good on paper. In reality, her at E0 is actually kind of useless. Her gameplay is actually like dog water at this rate. I know I'm being cursive, but like, I'm literally being honest right here. Like the actual like way to get it is actually kind of insane. So, and then when I saw that, obviously they're gonna showcase their reruns. They showcasing 6 rerun characters that people are probably gonna pull for. That's probably better value than Sirene. Like, who wants to pull for Sirene? Hyacinth, Castries, Treeby. You got Finon, you got Mighty, you got Cypher. They're basically saying, yeah, we're gonna give you all the money on November, and we're gonna make you spend money on November. Like, as much polls as you can. Is like, this will be like, we're gonna give you so many polls. No, not really, not many polls, but like, we're gonna give you the best banners out for the entire month, patch duration, and then we're gonna completely fall off from here. That's just basically HSR scummy move behavior, because like, I don't appreciate the fact that like, instead of just having to like people to pull for Sirene, they have all these other characters they have to pull. I mean, it's fine if you can pull for the other characters. I get it, but like, it is still kind of scummy that they're doing the 7 banner thing. I mean, that's the only way to get your reruns faster, but at least they could have just gave out like more polls, which apparently they're not showcasing the live stream. It's only like a 7-day login event for 10 polls, which is just kind of only the only thing you can get out of these polls. And now I'm going to talk about the content. This is the content I'm going to be talking about right here. This is Currency Wars right here. Okay, she's getting like animated short love because she's their 3rd like most like marketed character in Amphoreus, which I'm probably look forward to, because like, I enjoyed the stories of Sirene throughout the entire story. I know people have been like mixed around like the pacing of the story. I think it's true. The pacings of the story of HSR 3.3, 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 have been pretty bad, including 3.5. They're pretty bad. And like, I understand if people don't want to like go to a story where it has like longevity, like ridiculous longevity for so long. And like, I understand that. Like, I understand that no one's gonna like sit down and wait 8 hours for some lore to not pick up because of like the pacing is actually being trash. That's why people like prefer like Genshin's pacing, Wuwa's pacing, including ZZZ's pacing. They think those games do their story a lot better executed in this game, which is understandable. They have great animations, great cutscenes, decent lore, but lore that it gets like exasperated by the likes of pacing, which is the most important part. I think this is pretty cool. The Currency Wars thing, you get to do a 10-person roster. You get to do some type of like amount of damage unrelated to endgame. This mode is completely unrelated to endgame, and this is, and I'm gonna talk about the endgame later, because I think like the most important thing about the endgame is that it's in a really awful state right now. Like the end game itself, it's really in an awful state, and I'll touch more on that later. So this part right here, it's gonna be cool content, like HSR 3.7's Currency War content is gonna be pretty cool to play. It's gonna give you rewards too, which is pretty nice. It's gonna get some updates too. So here's the thing. With this, along with the Divergent universe, you're basically playing, okay, we're gonna be playing these every single week, just so we can get some stellars. But here's the dumb part. We found out about this, the rotation schedule. So, by the time 3.7 updates, those two are gonna be available right away. But if you look further here, the rotations for the weekly rewards is pretty awful. Like, it starts from right here, the next week, Currency Wars gets a reset. However, the Simulated Universe Divergent Universe does not get a reset. Which is kind of confusing. I'd be like, I thought you're running these two bi-weekly together. No, they're not. So, the next week is Simulated Universe, then another Currency Wars the next week, and so on and so forth. This is so scummy that they could have just put both of them together. Both of them rotates every week. That's a lot of stellars. That's a lot of stellars that they could be giving out to players, and incentivizes to people to like do both of them when they log in, which is pretty nice for every time the weekly reset happens. But having them to rotate every 2 weeks is scummy enough as is. It's like their endgame rotations of like Pure Fiction, Apocalyptic Shadow, Memory of Chaos, and then like Anomaly. Anomaly fucking sucks because of the fact that they don't give you stellars, and the rewards are not that good. This is for the people who are testing their whale content, which I get, but like, if you're gonna reward people to do this mode, you gotta reward people to like actually want to do it. You gotta reward people to actually like put certain things on the game that feel like, oh, it's worth it. But for the long-time players, it feels like it is worth it, and then there's a flaw in the middle of it, because not every person has collected every character in the game. I don't have every character in the game. The game itself, I would be pulling up for a lot more characters, but I don't. That's just how it is, because they've been pumping out every single character after character after character after character every 3 weeks, and it's just... there's no stop to it. I mean, games like ZZZ is doing the same thing, but like, at least they give you a lot of events. This, however, on the other hand, is not just an added event. This is basically an event that's literally just gonna rotate every 2 weeks. Currency Wars 2 weeks, then Simulated Universe 2 weeks. That's pretty scummy, because they could have been giving out more Stellar Jades in the process, but they chose not to because, like, you know, they don't want you to have that many Stellar Jades. And, you know, of course, Trailblazer gets their, like, accessories. That's totally fine. Another thing that they gave out, they want to hide the fact that Sirene is pretty bad, so they decided to give out a Golden Companion Spirit, which is kind of okay. Unfortunately, they added Topaz to the thing. They didn't add Sela, they didn't add Jingwen, they didn't add Blade, Fushuen, you know, the ones that you can lose 50-50 for, by the way. But, like, they didn't add, like, a lot more characters. They only added Topaz, and Topaz is just It's just in the current, like, state of HSR right now, which is kind of disappointing, especially for the fact that, like, a lot of these, the free 5-star islands are not that good, unfortunately. Well, maybe Ruan May, but, like, everything else is just, like, And also, there's another thing. One more thing that completely drew the last straw. There's a Hoyle Fair special program for this. Where is it? This is Sirene's exclusive weapon that you can get by spending Oneric shards. I believe I don't have the image for that right now. Yeah, this is another spending event right here. You have to, what I found out, you have to spend up to 20k Oneric shards. Yes, you have to spend 20k Oneric shards. And they did another spending event for Casteries. I think that was completely I didn't care for it. it's only a flex for if you want to have the banner. I don't think it's gonna affect gameplay, but this affects gameplay. The Stellar Couture, this is limited. It only lasts for like an entire patch. They want you to spend for Oneric Shards. And those who have already spent their Oneric Shards on the first top-up bonus, you're not getting a top-up bonus. You're getting no bonus. So you're basically having to spend $250 on this. $250 on this. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the final straw. That is the complete final straw that I have with this game. If you told me that I could be spending like Oneric Shards somewhere else, they could have just told me this, I would have like done it. But the fact that I cannot do that now because the top-up bonus is gone, it's not gonna reset until like next anniversary, which is sad. But yeah, I think I'm officially done with this game after 3.7 finishes. I'm gonna do the story live stream. I'm gonna react to it. I want to see how Amphoreus ends, but I don't think I'm gonna have a... I don't feel like the game's gonna be in a great direction. The HP inflation is super terrible. The people can't even access endgame because the HP inflation is probably one of the worst things to experience right now in like the current endgame meta for HSR, which really ridiculizes and like scumbags the other characters like Sela, Jing Yuan. I don't know, man. This is just a scumbag behavior move, you know? Like, the game's state is pretty bad. The story is fine, but the pacing is terrible. We all know the pacing is terrible. Well, like 3.4's pacing was the best out of all the Amphoreus patches, but it is so goddamn ridiculous that, like, with the state of the game as is, I could just be playing Genshin, I could be playing Wu, I could be playing ZZZ. I think those games have... Well, to be fair, Genshin and Wuwa have their mixed opinions on, like, certain things. Like, Wuwa doesn't have enough combat events to really feed out their, like, their ridiculous great combat system. ZZ is getting hate for designs that people don't like, but, like, we're literally being Nikkei, so... It's not gonna be the best designs for you guys, but, like, it's better, like, for anything else. Like, you know? Because I think the story is in a great direction right now. Same goes for Genshin's Nodcry. Nodcry's in a great direction, but Genshin really needs to pump out more polls. They really need to pump out more polls. They need to pump out more region expansions. They gotta pump out, like, login events. Like, the monetization for the really abstract Wonderland is pretty bad, but it is what it is, because, like, I was never interested in those skins in the first place. It's just a money flex. But this is bad behavior right here. This is probably worse than the Melee Astro Wonderland monetization, because this is itself limited. Like, you'll never get to see this again. You'll never get it again. And it's like, I'd rather just move on to Persona 5X. Oh, okay, the music is a bit loud. But I'd rather just play Persona 5X. Like, the gameplay is fine. Like, I'm gonna lower the desktop audio on this. Like, I like the characters in this game. I'm a low spender in this game, which is pretty nice. And I love the characters that they give out. Plus, we have a new contract system, which guarantees the character within 110 polls. Which, like, every 165 polls, it's like, you get one of these, which is pretty nice. And they give you a lot of meta jewels. And the story pumps out fast. And it's like, I know it's like the global version compared to the CN version of Persona 5X. But I'm really enjoying this game more than the current state of HSR. Because, like, in this game, you don't really have to worry about endgame too much. The only thing about endgame is the guild content. Like, I'm gonna showcase it right here. The only endgame that you really need to worry about right here are the Sea of Souls. This is for the PvP players. We're basically fighting against PvP players just to get the best score. It really doesn't matter to me because, like, one, I appreciate the rewards are like equal, nearly equal for everyone else. Like for example, right here, like the rewards for like the medals you get for like doing the ranking, it's pretty nice. Except for these, but who cares? You don't usually need to care for these repression medals. They're just like there for dupes. Same goes for guild content. Like we have guild content right here. And with its own ranking system. Which is pretty nice, but like not every person's gonna have PvP content. Or want to do PvP content, that's totally fine. And yeah. Anyway, I know I've yapped a bit too long in the sun about this, but like, what the state of HSR is going. I've seen a lot of players, I've seen a lot of creators have outspoken, like about the state of HSR. Even the chat, YouTube chat, Twitch chat, were like saying fix Sirene. They want people to fix Sirene. Like Sirene needs to be fixed. I'll show this right here. Like, this is actually kind of ridiculous. Like, how people are very upset with the state of Sirene. And like, it makes total sense why like people are gonna be upset. Like this right here, its shit is so ass. It's true, it's so ass. Oh, it's just art and cosplayers. That's totally fine, but like, I want to showcase this right here. Even though they showed this in the store, 20 stellars. It's like $250 skins. Even like certain creators who don't even play HSR, I'm like, dude, a few hundred to get weapon skin is pretty nuts. It is pretty nuts. It is pretty bad. Okay, I don't know why I don't know why am I getting. Okay, ignore my search history. I don't know why am I getting stuff like this. I should be focusing on HSR. And let me see. Even the comments are saying about Sirene when she finally gets her ultimate. Yep, you can't even get her ultimate until like near the end of the battle, which is pretty dumb behavior right there. If the end is getting your ultimate, then we are not sticking together. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, people are ready to leave. Like, at least half the fan base are probably gonna leave. Like, HSR devs are gonna be like, ha, we'll take your money. We're gonna take your money, we're gonna run away with it. You're only gonna care about if you really want to spend our game, which is kind of scumbag behavior. This is why I like games like, okay, I'm gonna show you guys my PS5 right now. Okay, I know I've like swapped it back to HSR, but I really like, yes, I really like the fact that at least Zenless, Wu and Genshin, they're like totally fine with the state of their games. Well, even though they have their own flaws, it's still better than what HSR is going through right now. So, I have no interest in playing HSR for the foreseeable future after 3.7 finishes. And the time of HSR is gonna go to it. Maybe if 4.0 might change something. I don't know. We'll see. But I really doubt with the way HP inflation goes in this game, and the way that like endgame content is so unsatisfying. Like, I've even saw that Brax video. They clearly stated that they don't like the state of the HSR endgame content. Even creators have stated that they're feeling burnout from it, and I'm feeling the same as well, so. Anyway, I know it's been like a 20-minute yap session about this, but I really, I'm just tired of like HSR's like the direction. I don't feel like their direction is going anywhere. Like for like gameplay people like me. And yeah. Anyways, they even like showcase one new event. Like just one event. Instead of the usual 3, when they can be pumping out 4, 5, 6. That's even worse. That's even worse than we really thought, to be honest. And there's really nothing we could do about it because the HSR devs are so scummy. They're so greedy. They don't care about their players. They don't care about their community. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. if this video somehow gets disliked bomb, I'll take the hits. But I've already stated my honest opinions of the state of HSR. I don't want to like feel like the need to play this game anymore. Like, I'll likely uninstall this once I finish the HSR 3.7 story. But anyway, I'll see you guys all next time.